Hey guys, and welcome to a pretty ridiculous game between Chad Forgrim, aka Grombrindle, and Biblinton. And you may be shocked to see the Dowie main playing Skaven and the Chaos main playing Empire, and that is because this was from an event where these guys got given random factions, so they're going to be having to use playstyles and forces they wouldn't normally like to use. I'm going to go into this quite quickly. It's a rather swift but hilarious game. For the force of the Skaven, we Skaven Slave started in the front line, nice cheap and cheerful chaff, here to bog down the enemy, wrap around the Empire formation and take the brunt of the enemy damage. And they're going to be backed up by Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers and some more Clan Rats as well, so slightly more elite secondary line, but not going over the top because he has indeed started to bring some pretty useful but expensive tools. We have Rattling Gunners in the central pocket, and on the far side we have the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep, who have such a badass name and look about them. They really are my favourite, I think, of the regiment renowned when it comes to the large creatures for Skaven. They look so fearsome with that greyish glow. In the central pocket, though, we have the Thing, the Hell Pit Abomination, Regiment of Renowned. Disgustingly expensive, but boy oh boy, can this beastie pack a punch. It is really a menace in the night. And he's going to be accompanied by Queek Headtaker, one of the coolest of the Skaven Lords, getting himself a little bit lost there in the pollen of the undergrowth. He needs a sneeze or two, but he's coming in. He can certainly outduel a lot of the enemy foot characters, and we have a Plague Priest as well, coming in, of course, with all those glorious summons like Pestilent Birth and Vermintide, but also Pestilent Breath as well. So, pretty fun build all round. It is going to be rounded out by a Packmaster, who's coming with that shot collar to try to sneak around enemy formation and deal with enemy large troops. We're going to pause about here. As you can see, a mighty, glorious death beam has been brought into existence by a Luminark of Hysh. So we have a Luminark here, accompanying an Amber Wizard, who's coming with Manticore Summon and Flock of Doom, and we have Karl Franz down on foot. It looks like he's going to bring in no Galmaraz. That is rather upsetting. We just have the Reichland Runefang. It does make him a bit cheaper, and look at this for an image. Pure lads together vibing next to the Luminark of Hysh. For the main battle line, we have a mixture of Spearmen, Free Company Militia, Sigma Sons, and yeah, that's going to be it along the front line. So again, going relatively cheap, which you kind of have to do with the Empire. We also have those absolute unbreakable lunatics in the central core, protecting double archers. Archers are very cheap. They're pretty weak against armor, they're expendable, but at the same time, 68 arrows coming towards you, they're eventually going to hit something. We'll do have Empire Knights, 1, 2 on this left-hand side, and on the far side, more double knights, looking to protect the Luminark. But it is really going to come down to the Luminark, as well as these war wagons to try to seal the deal and do the damage. The first shot goes in, aiming at the Thing, and instantly slapping its flank with the might of Sigma. That's what Faith gets you, lads. Going down to about half health, and the Fin is disgustingly expensive. It's going to be falling back to the tree line, which is some good play there by Grombrindle. Definitely doesn't want to get that thing caught too often. War wagons will be moving forward, looking to put some pressure onto those rat ogres and force them away once more. Luminark of Hysh is lining up a second shot. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be going after. There is the Plague Priest here, but no, it arcs straight through and once again smacks the Fin down to minus 65 leadership. It may be able to stabilize. No, it breaks. Of course, it does have regeneration, but it can no longer control it, and the Skaven are just bomb rushing towards the Empire now, which is what they have to do here because they've suffered pretty heavy casualties. Rat ogres are going to be able to catch the war wagons, which is a really nice pickup here from the forces here of the Skaven, but the Free Company Militia are firing point-blank range into them, and the Clan Rats have been held at bay by the Empire Knights. In the back lines, though, the Packmaster has dived headlong onto the Luminark, realizing we need to sort this out, basically. But Karl Franz is here to help push him back. Those Rattling Gunners are starting to rain fire down once more, and a Manticore Summon has been popped into existence. It looks like the Fin has recovered, which is really good news for the Skaven because it can regenerate in the long game here and come back. We also have a summon in the back line of Plague Monks, but another shot comes in by the Luminark, smacking the Packmaster and just deleting his source code. Down to minus 62 leadership, he is running for his life. That Luminark has performed amazing, but Plague Monks are well and truly amongst the enemy right now, and they're doing some good job driving off these archers, though they are hit by a Flock of Doom. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, Beric Dondarrion's favourite rat boys, are starting to push into the enemy backline as well. And we have Queek Headtaker versus Karl Franz. Trophy Heads has been popped on, but Queek is getting a little bit distracted here as he is unfortunately surrounded. He's gone pretty balls to the wall, but he is decapitating humans, and that is what he loves to do on his spare time. Karl Franz, oh my god, takes some massive hits there. Queek really is quite a fantastic duelist. There is a fair amount caught up in the skies, though, and if it comes down to support, Queek could find himself in all sorts of trouble, though the Plague Priest is kind of struggling at the moment. War wagons continuously pouring fire into it, and Karl Franz getting over there doing some pretty decent work. Clan Rats are trying to fight here. The Thin Fin has returned to the fray, looking to push back the Empire Knights, although they are doing some lovely rear charge into the rest of the Skaven. Although there's quite a lot of Skaven there, so the charge isn't going to be able to drive all the way through. Manticore Summon does come down. It looks to be dissipating rather soon, but Quick Headtaker might not survive that long as Karl Franz brings forth Garmaraz and the the Rune Sword, or whatever it's called, the Magical Blade, is going into war with Queek. So I'm getting a little bit too excited here with the Heroic Duel. And Quick Headtaker is doing pretty solid work all round, honestly. He's kind of given the business to Karl Franz. Karl Franz is giving it back now. And balance power is ebbing and flowing really heavily against Skaven, due to that Luminark just doing disgusting damage, both to the Plague Priest, the Packmaster, and the Hell Pit Abomination. And the men of the Empire are going to win this rather small and silly game. These guys were both really going for it, but luck was on the side of the forces there of the Empire, and only a close victory for Skaven. Well played to these two champs though. Chad Fulgham truly is a top tier competitive player, but you can see his disdain at having to play Skaven rather than the Dowie coming to full fruition. Well played to him nonetheless, and Biblington. This was an absolute joy to watch, a really kind of silly fun game to throw in there, which I do like to do now and again. Luminark Hish gains triple bronze chevrons, getting 2,684 damage value in a battle which only lasted about 3 minutes, eviscerating the Thin Fin, eviscerating the Packmaster, and applying good pressure as well to a lot of the enemy forces, really making the Skaven have to drive in, which was quite a fun Skaven rush build. Always fun to see the mighty Quick Headtaker in action, going toe-to-toe with the Franz Meister. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a thumbs up and subscribe before we do get into the damage dealt and damage value here. Both things really help push out the channel. Comment down below, what was your favourite moment of the battle? Who was your MVP? I think I know who it most likely was, being the Luminark of Hish. Or feel free just to yell quack. I really do enjoy reading the comments. I read them every single day, and yeah, it really does lift my little duck heart and continues to motivate me to make more and more glorious content. There are links down below in the description if you want to submit replays to the channel, get involved in the tournament scene, chill out with a load of cool guys and hone your skills. You can find that in my Discord. There's a link down below. It's obviously completely free to join and all that good stuff. There's also links to my Patreon account when you can support the channel, and to my Games Planet account where you can get Total War Warhammer free, the new Total War DLC, all at a reduced rate. If you join my Discord, you'll be able to find codes in there, or just PM me, which gives you even more money off if that offer is to run, which hopefully it is by the time you guys are watching this. But well played nonetheless, the force of the Skaven. Let's have a little look. Quick Headtaker, 1.2k damage value. Really was just slapping Franz around, despite the fact that he was well overextended and surrounded by enemies. He is actually quite a fun duelist in general. Packmaster, only 200 damage value. Tried getting in the back line, but Karl Franz protected the Luminark rather well. And then when it was forced back, just snap of the fingers, and the Luminark eviscerates him. The Plague Priest managed to get a relatively respectable 750 damage value, but the Thin Fin, my god, only 157. It's such an expensive unit as well. Really getting put in the dumpster can early on. Rat Ogres really did quite struggle, though. The Pitfires of Hell's Deep put up more of a fight with the 500 damage value. Clan Rats, of course, just died. That is kind of their main job here, and the heavy hitters getting forced off the field early was a big nuisance for the forces of the Skaven. As for Biblington, Karl Franz gave it back as good as he got, 1.3k damage value, getting more than Queek, but he was also fighting more targets, so he did seem like he was going to lose that duel, but he did pop the Reichland Runefang a little bit too early on. Amber Wizard didn't really pop too many spells, only 19 damage value, but a well-placed Manticore Summon really helped protect the back line nicely. Spearmen and the Unbreakable Lunatics did okay, nothing too crazy or nothing to write home about. Honestly, all of the infantry kind of did very little. 500 damage value on this free company militia, but they held the enemy back, and the Knights did some glorious cycle charge in the front. And though the battle was quite short, still racking up 1,110 damage value on this one, 429 on the other, 108 and 125 kills. Yeah, that's some pretty disgusting work. War Wagons, though they got very little kills, got some really good damage value, 737, just focus firing down that Plague Priest as long as possible, and once again, the Luminark, only 8 kills, but a disgusting 10k damage dealt, 2,684 damage value. Oof, that was certainly my MVP for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will be streaming later today, and I think that's going to be about 5:30. Oh, sorry for my alarm there going off in your ears. I have to dash off. That's why we did a smaller video today to go get my my flu jab. But yeah, we will be doing a stream later today. I think it's 5 or 5:30 p.m. BST kickoff. It's going to be my point of view in a tournament, so I really appreciate your support there, giving me those cheeky builds to give me the edge up against my opponents. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed, and the alarm didn't scare you too much. Until next time, peace, and as always, stay awesome.